we are going to be doing a Cajun chop seasoning. So, a copycat seasoning for like whatever floats your boat. This is used in a Cajun sticky chicken. You can use this in soups. You can use this in stews. You can use this in whatever makes you happy. But this right here is used in a lot of Cajun dishes. So we are going to do a copycat recipe of this, and it's called Cajun chop seasoning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in this pan, my seasonings, and then we will mix them together, and I will put them in my little like my, what is this thing called right here, my bullet. I will put them in a bullet to blend them, but first we have to mix them up. Okay, so the first thing we are going to use, let me get my measuring spoon out just so that we can measure them, because we want everything mixed really good. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is paprika. And we need 10 tablespoons because I'm making a big thing of it. So we need 10 tablespoons of paprika. And I'm going to be using a sweet paprika and a smoked paprika. So whatever we have in here, we're going to use, and then I'll get my other. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 4. Whoops. Let me get my other, which I should have done that in the first place. Paprika, wherefore art thou? And I apologize. Let me find it. I've just seen it right. Oh, here's some right here. This is actually sweet paprika also. So I'm going to use this also. So that was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh, and I emptied that. Groovy. Okay, so that is 10 tablespoons of paprika. Now, we are going to do 3 tablespoons of granulated garlic. Right there. 3 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's our 3 tablespoons of garlic. Granulated garlic. Okay, next is onions, dehydrated onions. So let me get my, this is what I got from the Amish market, and so I'm going to use the chopped onions, dehydrated onions. And so let's see how much of this we need. We need 5 tablespoons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I actually grabbed the half a tablespoon instead of the, so we're going to have to refix this. So 10, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I grabbed the wrong one. Let me grab my, 1/2 tablespoon. Where is my tablespoon? That's weird. I guess we're just going to have to use this because I do not see my tablespoon. This is a half of one, which is very weird. Huh. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to go with the half one. I apologize. Okay, and I will put more. Let me get my paprika, because now we have to do more paprika. I'm glad I noticed that. Chuck, I'm dropping everything. Sorry, y'all. Ugh. Okay. So I got more paprika. What time is it? Okay, 6. All right, let me open this because it's new. So now we have to do 5 more tablespoons of paprika because I've only got a half a tablespoon and it calls for 10 tablespoons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there we go. Then we shall put this up here. There we go. Okay, and then, okay. Oh, and that means we gotta do garlic. More garlic. Sorry, because the garlic and the paprika. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's my tablespoon. I see it now. It's sitting right over here. Look, right in the strainer. And I was using the half one, so now we're switching. We'll throw that in there. Okay, so next is basil. And how much basil? Let's see here. Okay, 3 tablespoons of basil. So 1, 2, 3. And this is my basil. So I'm just gonna set these over here when I'm done. Okay, next is oregano. 3 tablespoons of oregano. And this is my oregano. So 1, 2, 3. So there's, that smells good. That oregano really smells good. Okay, 3 tablespoons of tarragon. So here's my tarragon. Oh, let me turn the light on. I'm sorry. There we go. Tarragon. So now, put that over there so the light don't boomerang. So now we need 3 tablespoons of tarragon. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. So there's our tarragon. Okay, next is crushed red pepper. If you do not like crushed red pepper, don't use it. But we only need 1 heaping tablespoon of crushed red pepper. Okay, next is black pepper. Black pepper, we need, where for art though, black pepper right there. 1 tablespoon. Okay, let me get my black pepper thing over here. All right. So here's my black pepper. And we need 1 tablespoon of black pepper. Now this recipe does call for salt, but I am not going to use salt. I really try not to use salt on purpose because I have liver disease. So I am not going to use salt. Okay, so next, okay, we did our oregano, our tarragon. Now thyme. How much thyme? 3 tablespoons of thyme. So there's 1, 2, 3. And this is the thyme I'm using. I'm breathing in these spices, man. Thyme. Okay. Next. Okay. Now we are going to use, let me get my measuring cup. We're going to use a half a cup of parsley right there. So there's my half a cup of parsley. And I got this at the Amish market because I get it in a big thing. So let me bag that back up and tie it shut. Sorry. Okay. Next is celery flakes. And this is my celery flakes. Let me see, where'd my phone go? Celery flakes. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Okay. A half a cup of celery flakes. There we go. It's a half a cup of celery flakes. Okay. Thank you, Jerry. It got to my nose. And then we're gonna do 1.5 cup of our dehydrated soup blend. And in this soup blend, it has dehydrated carrots, onions, tomatoes, peas, celery, green peppers, and green beans. So we're going to do 1.5 cups of these right there. Our dehydrated veggies. Okay, right here. So we use that one. Now we're going to use 1 cup of our salt-free garden seasonings. And our seasonings in this is dehydrated vegetables, onion, garlic, bell peppers, dehydrated orange spice, parsley, cornstarch, natural flavors. There, that's it. So we're going to put 1 cup of that in here also. There we go. Just like downtown. So there's that. I think I'm going to put a little bit more of that in there. There we go. And I only have a little bit more, maybe 1/2 cup of them veggies, so I'm going to use that. Okay, now we're going to mix these up. We're going to mix all this up, all these spices. And we want to make sure that they're mixed up pretty good, because now, once they're mixed, we're going to break it on down. We're going to put it in our bullet. So we are going to throw these in our bullet, and we're going to grind these up real tiny. So all them spices, and I'm going to scoot this over to the side as much as I can. Okay, and then we'll put our lid on it. Ooh, I'm going to sneeze again. Them spices is getting that. Okay, and I'll turn you guys over here. And now, there we go. We use the bullet, and we're just going to let it blend that up to a powder. That looks really good to me. Okay, and I do have an empty container here that I will put that in. And I'll show y'all. And we'll dump that right into our container. And we will keep going until it's all blended. And now, and then we'll have a big old container of our spices that we need. fill this up a little more. There we go. Okay. And we'll put our top on it again. Them up right to a powder. And we want that blended up to a powder. When y'all make this, you are absolutely going to love this seasoning. And I'm not only making some for me, but I'm making some for my daughter. And then I will dump it all back in my big container. And we will mix it because I do have to put a little bit of sugar cane into the last bit. There we go. Just like that. Okay, now, as you can see, we're down to the last little bit in here. Getting down there, so I'm gonna blend this more. And we will put this back into our big pan again, just so we can mix it all together once it's ground, so we know that the spices that we have used has gotten into all of it. Just like that. See, we've just got a little bit left. So I'm going to get my measuring cup here. And I'm going to dump this in here on purpose. There we go. So that's all that I have left. And let me get these little bits and, you know, waste not, want not. Y'all know that's how I roll. I want every little drop. I want it all, boys, every bit of it. Okay, there we go. And what did I do with the lid? Right here. Okay. I think I'm going to take half of that out. There we go. Just so it will mix better. Okay, we'll turn you back over here. And we'll mix it. All them spices. Isn't that interesting how that just blends right up to a powder? Just like that. Okay. And now I'm going to dump that in my big pan. And then we'll do some more here. Like, oh, let's dump that all in there. There we go. Okay, we'll put our lid back on. There we go. Put this back in here. That looks good. We'll dump that in our pan. Right there. And this batch, I think I had too much in. So, I'm going to regrind it just to make sure that them onion bits and green bell pepper bits got ground up. the rest, just to make sure. Here we go. So I think I hear a couple little bits in here, and I want them ground up into the seasoning itself. Tomorrow I will be making Cajun sticky chicken and Cajun sticky turkey. So this is the reason we're making this today, because we don't have time to order it from Louisiana and get it on time. So we are doing a copycat. And because I have access to very cheap seasonings from the Amish, we're going to take advantage of it and just make a whole bunch for us and for others. So we will bless others with it also, because that's how we roll. Okay. Put that in there. And that's the rest of it. Yep, that's the last of it. Right there. What happened? Yeah, you hear it? It did have some chunks in there, I thought so. Okay. There it is. Let me get my scraper. Let's scrape this out. Okay. So I'll turn you back over here. Pull you down. And this is what our spice looks like. Let me make sure your light's on. Yes, the light's on. Okay, and now I will scrape all that goodness out of there. See, look at all that spice that remains, and that may be a part of the vital seasonings that we may need. So we definitely want to scrape that out of our jar, our bullet. Waste not, want not. Y'all know how I roll. So there it is. That's our spices. And you can see the lumps are just lumps, but they are ground just like downtown. Cajun chop seasoning. So good. Thank you for watching. Make sure you're following, share, and have a blessed weekend. From Mama D to Yo.